Well, welcome back to Base Camp, WNC. We're here at the farm. I was up working in the mountains on a bunch of projects, and all the strawberry plants came in. And Mr. Walter went crazy. Kept everybody out here till like 7 o'clock at night. Said he tied them in the seats. And they worked a week and got everything planted. We're going to take you around a little bit of a farm update and show you what everything looks like. Well, we're down here on the edge. And beginning right there, I showed you that field up there, and this whole field's in strawberries, and one's on the other side of the farm. But here it is. This is the last week, October, and this is the broccoli. Haven't been here for a while, but you can see right here the heads are. All right, put my hand right there. That head right there is about 4.5 inches, and these things right here, by next week, we'll be cutting broccoli like mad. He's putting fertilizer to them right now. You can see all some pretty good sized little heads in there. And if you remember from what I showed you last year, within a week or less, that thing will go to a 6-8 inch wide head. We're gonna walk up the end of the row here. This whole field is where it's all started. Like I said, it's about 150,000 broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage plants every other week. So there's probably close to about almost 1 million plants. We're a little bit shy, 800 and 900,000 plants, counting the collards. So let's walk up there and I'll see if I can't find some cauliflower and let you see what that looks like. Well, we're up here at the cauliflower plants right now, and cauliflower is about 21 days, something like that, longer than what broccoli is, this variety that Walter likes to plant. And if you can look down here, it's just starting to form a little old tiny nub. And but normally another week when we're doing the broccoli, the cauliflower will be about the size of a quarter. It's just like broccoli. All of a sudden it takes off and grows like mad once the head starts forming. Maybe we got some other varieties here. I might be able to find something with a head on it here somewhere. There is some of the cheddar planted. There is some of course, the red variety, white variety, and blue variety. And but like I said, it's got a little old tiny wadded up bunch of leaves, but I really don't see any of the heads on them yet. This is all, if I remember correctly, this is all cheddar type of cauliflower right here. It's a little bit lighter green than what this broccoli and cabbage and all is. I'll walk up and down the rows here and see if I can't find, there's got to be something budding out here. Let me see if I can find something to show you. Well, walking up and down this field, walking all around, still don't have anything. I did steal a couple of these heads. You can tell by my hand the size of them. So here it is. It's Monday today. By Wednesday, Thursday, this thing will be 8-9 inches across. So they'll be picking by the end of the week, and this whole field will be started, finished, and long done before Thanksgiving. Of course, this one injection station right here, and he planted sorghum, grain sorghum, all down here. And we can walk down there and take a look at it. It's starting to head out. I don't know how much grain is going to actually form. It's planted just as a green cover crop. There's broccoli and everything on further on down the hill over there. And these are these infamous blackberries. They got the pros coming out end of the week from the university to look at it and make sure everything's going good. But you can see a few little old leaves turning orange and yellow and getting ready to die off here, but we haven't had frost yet. There's no frost, so they're still green and growing. And he's debating on whether he puts a little bit of fertilizer to them. This time of the year you really shouldn't be fertilizing them, but there's no frost in the foreseeable future. And they are using what energy they got in the roots to keep these leaves, and they are still growing. There's new growth coming out of them. So it's a catch-22 situation whether or not you go ahead and actually fertilize the stuff, or it starves the plant down a little bit too much. We're gonna ride around. He's got collards on the other ends that they're harvesting and getting ready to harvest. So let me show you a little bit more what else is going on the farm. And we are getting ready to start building up a new cooler, and that's what we were up there today doing, looking where to build it and where to pour concrete slabs and what to do with the roof. We'll take you along for that build too when we start. He's going to take trees down that are in the way, so let's got to run back and see what the collards look like. Well, here's the grain sorghum. It's out here. It's like I said, it's not really planted for a harvest crop. He just broadcast, he mowed down, pulled the plastic, dissed it, and spread sorghum out. It's just for a green fertilizer type organics in the soil. But as I told you earlier, if your okra gets too tall, all he did with this okra right here, this is volunteer okra coming up, he mowed it down. It's right here on the edge where the water line was. And I told you it'll sprout, come right back up. And here it is November. And here's all the okra right here starting to come out again. There's one thing funny about okra. If it gets too old or gets too tall, just mow it down. And all this is volunteer. And if you don't get any frost, and I doubt if we will by Thanksgiving, we'll have fresh okra on the table at Thanksgiving time. But Walter does think about that thing with wildlife, and this is just for wildlife. We run the deer out of here a couple times, but it's green fertilizer and the birds and everybody else to get something out of this grain sorghum. Now let's go ahead and run you over and show you the collards before I get out of here. Right up here where all the broccoli was last year, finishes off all the strawberry plants. That's 40 acres of strawberries this year. Basically 2 of them every 5 square feet, so that's a pile of them. They end up just putting, you can see maybe that little bit of electric fence right there. This is the far boundaries. The whole place does have a electric deer fence around it all the way down here, but this kind of really tempts the deer a little bit too much. If you notice down here, there's actually 2 sets of posts trying to keep them off. But they had a little bit of problem with deer getting into some of the strawberry plants. For some reason, they aren't big on collards. So they put another set up. We're going to see how long it all lasts. Well, it's about time to sign out. I got to get out here and get to busy and start planning some construction projects. So, if Dwayne, if you're watching this video, we got a bunch of cabbage plants and broccoli and cauliflower left over. If you want to have a fall garden up there in the mountains and try that with your market gardening. But as usual, like it, share it, pass the word out. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.